Hello everyone, today's math challenge is about 100 seats in an airplane. This question could be highly brain-teasing for many of us. 100 passengers board an airplane with exactly 100 seats. Everyone has a boarding pass with an assigned seat number, so we have faced such a situation many times before. However, in this case, the first passenger has lost their pass and takes a random seat. Every subsequent passenger attempts to choose their own seat, but takes a random seat if theirs is taken. It seems all the passengers today are extremely nice. If they find their own seat has been taken by someone else, they will definitely not kick them out. Instead, just among the remaining empty seats, they will randomly pick up one for themselves. Suppose you are the very last passenger to board the plane. The question here is, what is the probability that you will get your own assigned seat? This is a very tricky question. Please spend enough time to think about it, and you can pause this video and come back for the answer. From a quick thought, it seems quite a number of passengers, they will randomly pick up some seats to take. And it seems when you board the airplane, just for that remaining empty seats out of this 100, it could be anyone. So it seems the probability you will take your own seat is only about 1%. However, this is incorrect. Let's just take a closer look at this situation. So among these 100 seats, 2 of them are particularly important or particularly special. One is the first passenger seat, one is your seat or the last passenger seat. Okay, just imagine when the first passenger boards the airplane, there are 3 possibilities. The first possibility is they will take their own seat. In that case, all the other passengers will take their own seat, of course, and you will definitely take your own seat at the end. The second possibility is the first passenger will take your seat, and in that case, all the other passengers will take their own seats, no problem, and you will have to take the first passenger seat at the end. And between the first passenger seat and your seat, this is 50-50 chance. You have to agree with me on that. And probably you will argue, it is more likely the first passenger will take one of the other seats, not the 2 special ones. I agree with you. So, for example, if the first passenger takes the 23rd passenger's seat, and after that, the second passenger to 22nd passengers, they will take their own seats, no problem. And when the 23rd passenger boards the plane, you will see they will face the similar situation. So they could take the first passenger seat, and in that case, you will have to sit on your seat at the end. Or they could take your seat. In that case, you will have to sit on the first passenger seat at the end. Or they could take one of the other remaining seats. For example, they could take 45th passenger seat. So in that case, the 24th to 44th passengers, they will take their own seats. And when the 45th passenger boards the airplane, they will face exactly the same situation. Okay, so they could take the first passenger seat, they could take your seat, or they took one of the remaining seats. So if they took the first passenger seat, you will sit on your seat at the end. If they take your seat, you will sit on the first passenger seat at the end. And if they took one of the remaining seats, actually they will pass this choice to that person, whoever seats they will take. Okay, so you will see this is just going on and on. So when you board the airplane, you will find actually there are only 2 possible seats you will take. One is the first passenger seat, one is your own seats, depending on which previous passengers have taken. So that means at the end, the probability that you will take your own seat is actually 50%. This seems quite unbelievable, but it is the actual fact. So if you don't trust me, you can do a real-life experiment. You can find 100 seats and number them, and find 100 people from your family and friends, and give each one of them a number ticket. And based on the description of this question, just do some role play and find the result. If you are a school teacher, probably it's easier to find 100 seats and 100 students to do these experiments. Anyway, I just hope the outcome of such an experiment will convince you on this theoretical deduction. Okay, thank you very much.